All right, it's that time of the year again. You know what? Let me get dressed up for the occasion. All right, this should do. But with Christmas being right around the corner, I wanted to talk about my favorite cartoon Christmas specials of all time. That being Powerpuff Girls Twas the Fight Before Christmas. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is my first time watching this since I was a kid. And to me, it still holds up pretty nicely. Sure, is it the cliche good kid, bad kid Christmas story that we always get? Yeah, but who cares because it's a superhero Christmas story this time. But without further ado, let's get into the actual show. So the movie starts off with Princess Morbucks, one of the main antagonists throughout the Powerpuff Girls story, saying that her only wish for Christmas this year is to be a Powerpuff Girl. Meanwhile, the actual Powerpuff Girls are like, you have no shot. You aren't getting anything, let alone being a Powerpuff Girl. Like, you've been naughty all year, you've always been naughty, and you're gonna remain on that naughty list. You're getting cold, like always. So Princess is like, oh yeah, name me 3 times that I've been naughty in my whole life. You can't, I bet you can't. I want you to right now. And easily off the top of their heads, the Powerpuff Girls are like, yo, you did this, this, and this. Like, are you crazy? And at this point, Princess basically starts going through the 5 stages of grief. She starts off with denial. She like, yeah, whatever. I'm not naughty, and I'm about to basically ask everybody in my life if I'm naughty or not. So she does. She starts off with the limo driver, and poor limo driver, because I know his job was on the line, which is why he was skirting this question like this. So Princess starts asking him, like, am I naughty? He's skirting the question like prime Floyd Mayweather, the way he dodging this question. She like, yo, am I naughty? He like, oh, what's that? Is that a bird? Like, he is not trying to answer this question with his whole life, and I respect it. So he avoids the question up until they get to the house, where now the butler has to answer the question. Like, yo, butler, do you think I'm naughty? Butler also like, I didn't hear you. Did you say something? Like, butler do the same thing that the driver do, but the butler had a better excuse, so he was able to run off. And Princess still does not get the hint. Like, maybe, you know what? Maybe they just really had stuff to do. I'm going to continue to ask people. So next, it's the maid turn to get interrogated. So she like, yo, maid, am I naughty? And the maid don't even got time to play games with her for real. She like, yo, it's time to go to bed. Turn out the lights. And the maid is gone. By this point, you would think that she would get the hint, but she doesn't. She opens a closet door. I don't know what this was a door to, but hella cold falls out this door. And I'm like, all right, you should know you're bad with all this cold that just felt like it flooded the whole room. And all right, this is basically when the main part of the episode starts to begin. Princess decides that she gonna go talk to Santa himself about this naughty or nice situation. So she say, you know what? I'm gonna head to the North Pole and we gonna get this settled. To this day, I cannot tell you how she got to the North Pole. It was like snap a finger and she was at the North Pole, sneaking through the workshop. Santa had no type of security at all. So upon pulling up to the North Pole, she's looking for Santa. But she doesn't find Santa. But you know what she does find? She finds that naughty or nice list. Well, saying naughty list is a bit of an overstatement. Matter of fact, a major overstatement, because when she sees the naughty sticky note that she's wrote down on, she realizes that she's the only naughty kid in the entire world. So, like any kid would when they get this vital information, she gets upset. Matter of fact, she gets furious, and she's like she ready to throw hands with Santa at this point. It feel like. But wait, there's more. Princess has an idea, right? And she's like, I'm not about to be the only naughty kid in the whole world. So she grabs a pencil and pretty much switches the list. Meanwhile, she isn't even doing this quietly, by the way. And nobody thought to check, like, I wonder what that noise is coming out of Santa's office. So after doing all that, she's just able to sneak back out the window with, once again, nobody seeing or hearing her somehow. Like, the security in the North Pole is crazy. If it's that easy to go up to the North Pole, I'm on my way. So moving forward, right, in the middle of the night, Bubbles hears Santa's sleigh and she gets excited and she runs downstairs to see the presents under the tree. But when she gets down there, not a present in sight, and Bubbles is heartbroken. She like, yo, where is my presents? I know I heard Santa outside. Where are my presents at? So Bubbles goes into full panic mode. Like, she is on a mission now. She can't believe that she don't got no presents under that tree. So she start dumping out stockings. She start running through the whole house. Like, she like, where are my presents, my boy? So Bubbles then proceeds to fly to every house on the block to see if they got their presents. Cause she was like, I don't got mine. Maybe something wrong here. So let me go to all these other houses and see what their present situation looking like. She then uses her x-ray vision to peek in all the houses, and she sees that every house on the block has coal, no presents or nothing. So Bubbles is concerned. So she runs home and alerts her sister. She like, yo, ain't no presents under the tree. Like, we all got coal in our stockings. Like, y'all gotta come help me. But Blossom and Buttercup not really listening at first. They like, you got coal in your stocking. You been bad. See, you shouldn't have been going looking at other people's presents. That's what your ass get. So Bubbles is pleading with these girls like, no, I already had coal in my stocking before I went in and looked at everybody else's house. Like, this is not something that just happened. Like, y'all not listening to me right now. So Blossom and Buttercup like, why we don't got coal in our stocking then? Tell us that. And Bubbles is like, y'all do. That's what I have been saying this whole time. Everybody has coal in their stockings. If y'all will stop and listen to what I've been trying to tell y'all. So now everybody is just in utter confusion. They like, yo, how do we got coal? Like, we the Powerpuff Girls. Like, we be saving the day. Something ain't right. Quick side note, Professor ain't come down not once. He ain't roll out that bed not at all through the night. Like, bro, they done ran in and out the house. They been flying throughout the whole neighborhood. Professor ain't moved. So, in the heat of all the confusion, Princess pulls up and she has full-blown powers. Like, she pull up to the crib and they like, wait a minute, why are you flying right now? So she explains that Santa understood that she was the only nice child in the whole world, so she got what she wanted, which was to be a Powerpuff Girl. So the actual Powerpuff Girls were like, nah, that ain't how stuff about to work. We're going to tell Santa right now. Then one of the most epic chase/fight scenes ensues, and this whole part of the episode was fire.
What's with all the crashing and the smashing
these powers that Princess got from Santa made her OP. Like, she was 3-on-1 in these girls. Like, she was Brock Lesnar in his prime. I ain't gonna hold you. She was holding off the whole Powerpuff Girls with ease almost. So they could barely hang with Princess. Like, they damn near needed to do a fusion dance or something because she was faster, she was stronger,
the girls insist there must be a mistake.
OP.
Then Princess starts
she was really
whining
proving that them Santa powers
snake.
ain't no joke.
They're jealous because I'm nicer,
But like
I'm
I said,
smarter,
this
and
whole
I'm
scene
prettier,
is
and
pretty
I'm
cool.
better than
I really
them, so
recommend
they
y'all go
wouldn't
back
let me
and
be
watch
a
it if you haven't
Powerpuff
seen it in
Girl.
a while.
That makes them
This whole thing basically culminates with them busting through Santa's
Santa
whole
begins to
workshop.
see
Like, they
through
mess
the illusion.
everything up,
Then
and
Princess
then they end up busting
continues
into
her
Santa's office
unwanted
itself.
intrusion.
So after
The
they
tantrum
busted
she
into Santa's
throws
office,
is quite
Santa is sitting
legendary.
there and he's
tell my
depressed.
daddy.
Like, he's so sad that he had to make every kid in the world naughty. Like, he really in his feelings right now. Like, they get there, and I don't know if Santa trying to be a rapper, but he keep rhyming for some reason. And I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Because as soon as they pulled up in the office, he was like, what's going on with all the crashing and the smashing?
Santa's a
And the
badass.
dashing and the
He's
dashing
made it
and all
quite
the mashing
clear.
and the mashing.
He tears
Like,
up
that
the
was so
list
funny.
and grabs her by the ear.
Like, this part was
You
funny.
have gone and
And
worked
then
my
there's a part
last
where
nerve.
the
You are
Powerpuff
so
Girls are telling
rotten,
Santa, like, yo,
so
you're wrong.
despicable,
We can't be
so
naughty.
naughty.
Like, that's just don't make
I'm
no
putting
sense.
you on the
And old Saint
permanent
Nick really not
naughty
hearing it. Like, he's like, I got the list right here. Check it. But here comes my problem with the episode, right? My boy, old Saint Nick, who printed up this list that you didn't know that was wrong? Because Princess had to bust in around the 23rd or the 24th, I'm assuming. And the Powerpuff Girls even made reference to this earlier in the episode. Like, Bubbles was like, I guess he didn't check the list twice, which is clear now. So you didn't notice that the one girl that is naughty every other year is just the only nice kid this year? Like, what, you thought she was the most improved player? Like, how did you not notice that, Santa? Okay, that spiel is over now. So I forget what triggers this next part of the episode, but Princess just starts frying Santa up. Like, she get to roasting this man crazy. He ain't do nothing to deserve this, but she got to frying my boy up, and she basically telling him like, yo, I deserve to be a Powerpuff Girl. not them, and points at the actual Powerpuff Girls. Then, magically, a light bulb goes off in Santa's head. He's like, are you talking about the Powerpuff Girls? The ones that are always good? The ones that always make the nice list? The ones that I love so very much? The ones that always save the world? But somehow I didn't notice that they weren't on the nice list where they should be? Are you talking about those Powerpuff Girls? And the Powerpuff Girls just sitting there looking like, yeah, it's the 3Bs. You know us. You know, we grew up in Townsville. Professor and them, my dad. You know us. You remember us, old St. Nick? So Santa just out of nowhere just hit the baby face turn and his whole attitude just changed. So Princess proceeds to start frying everybody up, like she start going off again. And Santa just had enough at this point. He was like, you know what? You going on the naughty list for good. And he taps his nose and she goes on the list with like 4 other people of people that ain't never getting nothing for Christmas. You getting cold for the rest of your life, I guess. And I'm sorry for keep bringing this up, and I don't want to keep dwelling on it, but yo, how didn't you know that everybody wasn't naughty, bro? Like, did you not look at this list for the whole holiday season? Like, did it just get printed up and sat on your desk 2 days before Christmas? Like, how didn't you know that that was wrong, my boy? Because you clearly knew who the Powerpuff Girls were. Like, as soon as it was mentioned that they were the Powerpuff Girls, you were like, yo, the Powerpuff Girls are good every year. They be saving the world. So, my boy, are you just telling me that you didn't care? Like, you was like, hey, the list is the list, and it's going to be the list until the list not the list no more. Like, come on, my guy. Like, Santa, you got to do better. But back to what I was saying. So after Princess got put on a permanently naughty list, she was like, you know what, forget everybody. And she stormed out of the workshop. And as she's mid-flight, Santa just takes away her powers. Which was crazy. You could have waited till she got home. But you know what? I digress. It's a kid's show. You wanted to be funny. I get you, Santa. I feel you. I ain't gonna judge you on that one. But there is still the problem of the fact that everybody got cold and Santa now doesn't have time to deliver the presents because they messed up his whole workshop. He then looks at the Powerpuff Girls and say, hey, y'all can fly, so can y'all deliver the presents for me? And they do. So they deliver the presents, they get back home, and they're tired, and they just want to go back to bed. And can we talk about Professor? Worst Father of the Year award got to go to this man. I don't want to hear otherwise. Like, your babies was out in the street all night and you just had no clue. Them babies delivered presents to every kid in the entire nation and you were just sitting in your bedroom oblivious. But okay, I hear y'all in the comments. It's a cartoon. Stop taking it so serious. Okay, y'all got it. My bad. But Professor and the Powerpuff Girls run downstairs and all the presents are under the tree, which proves that Santa could have did his job. He just didn't want to. Like, this Santa gotta be top 5 worst Santas in cartoon history. I'm not hearing otherwise. Okay, that was my thoughts on 'Twas the Fight Before Christmas by the Powerpuff Girls. And if you enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments. If you hated the video and you hate me too, let me know in the comments. But all jokes aside, I hope you really enjoyed the video. And I hope you and your family have a very Merry Christmas. I've been a Common Nostalgic. Happy holidays, everybody.